All right, we're back on live, Third Phase Moon. Let's open up the lines and go to area code 709. Welcome to the show. You got something you want to share tonight?
Yeah, how we doing?
Doing good, doing good.
Well, I grew up on Vancouver Island. I currently live in Newfoundland, St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada. So, anyway, so when I was a kid, I know you guys like to talk about Sasquatch sometimes. So I grew up basically in the temperate rainforest, like literally it was my backyard. So I was about 9 years old. Actually, I was 9. We used to have a pet raccoon, all right? And I was out taking the raccoon out one night, and literally standing by our well, and I remember looking, and our property backed onto like a native reserve part of, I can't remember exactly the tribe name, but anyway, their longhouse, you could see the longhouse right from the well. And I remember standing there with the raccoon, Rocky, and he literally, I don't know, probably 30 yards away, I remember staring, just looking past through the trees, but then something caught my eye, and it was a huge, obviously looked like a bear at first. That's what I thought it was. So I called my dad over. You still there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Go ahead. Got you loud and clear.
Okay. All right. Anyway, so like I'm staring through the trees, looking at the longhouse, and then like basically my eyes kind of like, I got kind of startled because my vision basically made out like a figure, right? So I thought it was a bear at first, so I was instantly scared because we have mountain lion, cougar, and bear, right? I'm just a young kid. So anyway, I call for my dad. My dad comes over, and this thing moves, like quick, probably 15 feet, like nothing. And all of a sudden, bat, on the tree. Like this weird hollow, I want to say like it was like punching the tree or hitting it with something, right? And then not 10 seconds later, maybe down 30 feet, 40 feet towards the ocean, on the ocean side, you hear a knock again. Back. So anyway, that was my first, not the last experience with Sasquatch. The next time I was riding horseback with my girlfriend on grad camping, and I literally came across, and I turned my head, walking down this like we're coming down this trail, walking the horses down. It was a little too steep to ride down, and my horse kind of bucked back, so I grabbed him and like tried to basically control him. And as I'm like kind of getting thrown around by the horse, I kind of fall to one knee and look behind my shoulder, and I can see this, like again, I thought it was a bear. I could see this thing sitting there staring up at me, maybe 25 yards away, but kind of like crouched down. And like I never got a chill in my life like that before. Like I literally like was just like instantly like, oh that's not good. Whatever that is right there, it's not a bear, and it's really freaking big. But anyway, that I just wanted to call in and share my two experiences there with you know.
Sure, absolutely. How big do you think this thing was? Yeah, how big did it?
Well, you know, I'm pretty.
Did you smell it? Did it make any noise besides the banging on the tree?
Like by the time, honestly, like that encounter, by the time I like finished wrestling with my horse and calming the other horse down with my girlfriend at the time, I didn't catch a glimpse of anything else other than that. Just it kind of there looking up at me, but it wasn't a bear. Like I've hunted my whole life. I know what a bear looks like. I know the smell of a bear. You know, a bear smells like garbage, right? Like I couldn't tell you exactly how big that thing was. I'm gonna say it's probably 6.5 feet, 7 feet. It wasn't very big, but it was thick. Like, it was thick. You know, it was a very, very, very broad animal. It wasn't like a bear where it got the long neck and skinny. It was just like as thick as it was tall. It was bizarre. But the first one, like I'll never forget. And that thing had to have been probably, I don't know, 7.5 feet, probably a good 600-700 pounds. Like, actually, like, massive. And you know, the thing is too is that the thing that I always remember about it is how the color changed from the shoulder to like underneath the arm. The shoulder was darker, and it was almost like the thing had sweat and stained itself a different color through like the armpit hair, which was kind of weird, and it makes sense, right? Like, I don't know. That was one of the most distinctive things. I remember it being a lot lighter underneath the arm. But anyway, I do appreciate all the stuff you guys do for you know, the radio show.
That.
And
appreciate that,
us,
sir.
You know,
what
about talk to you guys.
Sure. Thank you. So have you told anybody close to you that you have been witness to possible, I don't know, some people call them Bigfoot, Bigfoot activity? What do they say?
You know what? From where I'm from, it's not very uncommon that people talk about it. I mean, I have friends who are natives, and their grandfathers and like their elders. I mean, we have totem poles with these creatures on them, right? I mean, this is going back 100 150 years, where they're creating.
So do you know anybody in your basic neighborhood? Do you know anybody in your neighborhood that's experienced close encounters with Bigfoot? Any stories that you want to share?
My cousin was running his quad, and he's a pretty credible guy. He likes to tell a fishing story once in a while, but he's a pretty credible guy. And he was riding up at actually Sprout Lake. Now it's where they keep the water bombers and stuff. And my father and uncle had a cabin there. My father was a forest firefighter for his whole entire career. Anyway, so we had a cabin on this lake, and he was riding his quad. I wasn't there at the time, but he was riding his quad, just doing some scouting in early fall, and he came up to a cut maybe 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers past the lake, up on a logging road, basically, where they just started cutting, and which had been a fresh cut because they just started in there about 4 years ago now. So this place had just been logged, and he said that he saw what he could only describe as a Bigfoot. What it was doing was rolling logs, and like basically it was almost like he was looking for something. That's what he said. Like, he's about 200 yards away, 250 yards away. So he put the glass on, which is binoculars, and he said he watched him for about like 10 minutes, and he was like looking. It almost looked like he had lost something. And the most bizarre story, because for someone to just make that up as like Bigfoot was looking for something, I was like, oh yeah, right on. Like,
that's kind of cool though. It's like if you're gonna fake something or come up with if you're gonna try and fake a Bigfoot story or whatever, you'd think you'd come up with something a little bit more original. But in that case, it's like it is quite bizarre. Bigfoot scrambling for something underneath logs. Like, man, I got to find whatever he's looking for. Anybody out there have any ideas what Bigfoot lost out there? What's underneath those logs? But still, some of these stories they might sound crazy, but they could be possibly the real deal. Maybe it could be a misidentified sighting, a bear of some sort. But it sounds like the people up there know the difference.
You got to understand, because we hunt bear, right? And our bears are jet black. And then there's brown bear, which there's no no denying when you're looking at a bear. He's got ridges on his back that, you know, he moves like a bear. He slinks along. You know, you can't. I don't know. Me personally, I would never be able to be like, oh, that's not a bear. You know what I mean? I'd be like, it's just, I don't know. I've hunted them my whole life, so, and I've been around them my whole life, right? You got to understand, like, we're in the deep woods. Bears are a common thing, right? And
yeah, have you ever? What if you came across this thing with a gun, and you were armed? You're hunting bear. You're out there hunting bear, which is, wow. That's I don't think I've ever spoken with anybody that's actually hunts bear, and that's a whole story in itself. What if you came across a Bigfoot out there? If you came across a Bigfoot, would you take it out?
I don't think so. I don't know. I'm a pretty compassionate kind of human. I don't know. I honestly don't think I would. I don't know. That's, you know what? That's hard to say.
Do you have any bear?
I think I almost might, just to be like,
hold on,
like all skeptics.
Do you have any bear trophies?
Yeah, I got a few. I got like 3 bear rugs, 2 at the cabin and 1 here at home.
Wouldn't you want a Bigfoot trophy? You would. Come on.
No, I'm not. No offense, but I'm a pretty down to earth guy. I only hunt for food, and I'm not a trophy hunter. So I take a moose, an elk, and a bear a year, and a couple deer, and that's it. And I give it to my family and friends and stuff like that. I'm not in it for the trophy. I could care less about that.
Well, yeah, I got you. Let's just say, get that video camera ready next time. We want to see some of that evidence. And Bigfoot stories aren't always on Face Moon, but I'd like to get into that side of it too, because there's so many people that witness these things as well.
You know, it's funny. Last season there, I bought a GoPro, and just for that, I was like, you know what? If I come across something cool, it's pretty neat. I got one of the head mount ones, so I know I got some pretty cool hunting videos, but no Bigfoot yet. And you know what?
Can you tell us?
Like,
go ahead.
The natives where I come from, they say that they'll come to you. Like you're not gonna find it. It's gonna come to you. If it wants to be seen by you, he's gonna show you himself or herself or whatever. They say you're only chosen to be seen if you see it, right? That's a big belief with them.
Yeah, they call it the Sasquatch, right?
The Sasquatch, yeah. Well, they actually don't call it that. They call it where I'm from, the natives off of Haida Gwaii, what the heck is it called? I can't think of the name. It's similar to Sasquatch, but it's Jesus. It's a native name anyway. I can't think of it right now. I don't know why. Yeah, basically this creature, you know, is supposedly taking children, and you know, if you don't let your woman go off in the woods by herself because they'll take her and yada yada yada. Like, it's not a joke. Like, this culture, before we tainted anything to do with it, was already petrified of this creature, whatever it is. Right? So, I mean, that.
So, do you think the natives from the area believe that the Sasquatch or this Bigfoot would steal children? Yeah. Now, well, that's a good reason to shoot it, in my opinion. If they're like abducting children, do you think that's still going on to this day? What's your thoughts on that?
Oh, I don't know. I know there's definitely been kids around that have gone missing. I actually had a crush on a girl in high school, like a really, really big crush on a girl in, well, I guess it was middle school, but she went for a walk in the woods and was never found. Ever. Like, no one's ever found her to this day, and I graduated in 2004, so, you know, in the early 2000s. So that's, you know, almost 20 years going on now.
Wow, sorry to hear that.
All right.
That's sad.
You never
that's really sad.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, you just never know. You just never know what's out there in the woods too. And you go out in the woods, you're in Mother Nature. You never know what could happen. It could all go bad real quick if you're not prepared. But coming across a Bigfoot out there in the woods, not everybody's prepared for that. That's not. I guess in your neighborhood, it seems like, are people prepared? Do they arm themselves? Well, there's bears out there that could get quite hostile, obviously.
Yeah, because especially near the fall, bears, and it's not only bears you got to worry about. The elk get aggressive too, right? When it comes and I mean a Roosevelt elk, a full-grown bull elk is 1,400 pounds. I mean, we're talking the biggest elk in the world that makes a normal deer look like a Shih Tzu. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things. We got mountain lions, cougars, lynx, elk, bear. There's a lot of predators in the woods. That not saying that an elk is a predator. He's obviously just a part of the deer family, which is part of the mule deer family anyway. He's not out to kill you, but he will. You know what I mean? If you're in his territory, he most definitely will kill you.
Yeah. You don't mess with Mother Nature. And they call them wild beasts for a reason, because even chickens can freak me out. These chickens here in Hawaii. Let me tell you, they look at you and they put that death stare at you, and they go into attack mode. Yeah. Anything that's wild is scary.
We had this, I grew up with chickens my whole life. We had this crazy chicken. Her name was Lucy, and we had bantams and red rockets, and this one red rocket old hen, man, every time, she didn't mind anybody else but me, but every time I go into their pen, she would just come at me. So I'd literally have to get somebody to go in first, put her in the pen, and then let me go and clean the yard up a bit, clean their feces up, and just make sure their area is nice and clean for them, right? But this chicken would attack me all the time. Bizarre.
Well, absolutely. Well, man, appreciate your story, and we're going to be sharing it because we've shared a few of these Sasquatch Bigfoot sightings, and they interest me in a way. I really like to see good evidence, and I know for a fact there's more great UFO compelling evidence than Bigfoot evidence. That's why we stick to the UFO phenomenon. But if people got great Bigfoot evidence, we'd love to see it.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. That's for sure. Me too.
All right, man. Well,
but yeah, you know what? I appreciate you guys letting me take your time, and I will be listening. And I'm calling all the way from St. John's, Newfoundland, which is very, very, very far away from you guys. So, enjoy your Hawaiian weather, and I'll enjoy my rain and fog.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate it. And, stay tuned to Third Phase Moon and keep in touch. I got a feeling you might capture something that you never know. You're in the area where these sightings are on a big, massive scale. People out there, have your cameras ready. You got any good Bigfoot, Sasquatch video footage? Do you think he really even exists, or are there a family of them? How many of these things are out there? Should we be concerned? Well, these are big questions. We're going to be picking up this radio show on Friday night, taking your calls from around the world, but I wanted to thank everybody for joining us tonight, this Monday night broadcast. It's been my pleasure broadcasting here, from Hawaii. Take care, everybody, and stay tuned to Third Phase of Moon, our YouTube channel, for daily updates. I got a feeling there's going to be some good UFO videos coming up. We have an archive that's been building up that we have yet to release from the people that have submitted it from around the world. We want to make a good documentary showcasing all this stuff in a compelling way. Stay tuned for that. Blake Cousins, keep your eyes on the skies. We'll see you again next time.